Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am out here at the hangar. I've been out here for a couple days working on installing the bathtub and starting to work on the mini splits. But one of the other tasks that I'm going to be working on while I'm out here is continuing the plumbing and electrical rough-in. So we have a lot of work to do on the plumbing and electrical. So I still have to hang a lot of boxes, pull a lot of wire. On the plumbing rough-in, I've almost finished all the plumbing waste, but I haven't really started anything for the plumbing supply. Most of that's just going to be stubbing out through the walls, putting the compression fittings for the shut-off valves with compression fittings on, putting in some of the specialty hookups for like a washing machine and the ice maker for the fridge, and we're going to have another specialty hookup for a pop filler in the kitchen. So we do have some work to do. I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to get to in this episode, but one of the other things we're working on while we're out here is going to be roughing in electrical and roughing in plumbing. So let's not waste any time and let's get on it. So we are going to continue plumbing rough-in here in the laundry room. So I have some rough-in boxes for water supplies for the washing machine. This is kind of a rough-in box for the drain. And I also have another one of these boxes for the water supply because the washer and dryer that we have, the dryer also has a water hookup for a steam cycle. So I don't need both the hot and the cold for the dryer. I think I just need the cold, but I'm going to go ahead and just install the box. I just bought two, and these both have the water hammer arresters on top of the valves here for the automatically actuated valves where the valves cycle and open shut very quickly inside the washing machine. This helps to kind of keep from hearing the pipes jump like you would in an old house. So we are going to go ahead and hang those and run water from the supply to these, and then we will tie this drain into this here. Here is the plumbing rough-in for the laundry room. As you can see, we have the drain for the washing machine that ties into this drain here. We have these two water supplies, a hot and a cold, coming up and tying in for a water supply for the washing machine. And then over on this side, we have an additional hot and cold water supply. We really only need the cold water supply for the dryer because our dryer has a steam cycle on it. But since I had the box with both the hot and the cold supply, I went ahead and just ran all this. Maybe we run something else in here later. So that's just an extra hot and cold water supply in here. So the rough-in is done. We have these T's stubbing up. You can see that they're just teed there. So coming out of the tops of these T's will be the shower. So there'll be a shower coming out of here as well. So we are going to continue our electrical rough-in by starting to run the wire here inside of the master bedroom. As you can see, all of the boxes were hung already. I did all this the last time I was out here. So we have all of the outlet boxes hung. I have a couple more to hang. I gotta hang a switch box here, and then I'm gonna hang another outlet box here in the center of this wall, but up high for a television. And that way, when you mount a television on the wall, all of the wires can be hidden behind the television, and you won't see cables, hanging down to a plug. So I'm gonna hang an extra box here, and then an extra box here for the switches, and then we'll start pulling wire. The electrical rough-in for the master bedroom is done, so let's take a look at it. If we go through here into the master bathroom, we can see up here, coming all the way from the second floor down, is power coming from the breaker box. It runs over here this way, all along this floor joist, comes down here and comes down through the double top plate. So a better view of it here. So it comes down to the double top plate. So this is power from the breaker box. Comes down and hits the first plug in the circuit. It wraps its way, hitting plugs all the way through here, comes around the room. Here it comes up and has to go over the closet door frame, where it then comes down and hits this other plug on this side of the closet, where it comes up here, goes through all of this, comes up this way and brings power into this double gang box for switches. So this will be 2 switches to run the light and the ceiling fan separately. So based off of that, we have, here is our 3-gauge wire, or sorry, not 3-gauge wire, 12-3 3-conductor wire that comes here out of this box. It comes back, goes through this way, comes around, comes up, crosses back over, goes up and out that double top plate, where it goes along the ceiling and ties into this box for the ceiling fan and the lights. So that's getting power from that 2-gang box. We'll also, we're going to wire this with pigtails, so this hot will also be tied in to this hot here, and this hot continues the circuit where it comes up and over this way. Once again, has to go up and over the door frame, where it goes up through that double top plate there. It actually has to go through the other side of that floor joist, which you can't see it anymore, but it's all run up there, and then it comes back down here, hits this plug, jumps over here, comes up and runs into this plug for a television, comes out of this plug, comes around here, hits this plug, where once again it jumps up, goes all the way around, up through here, comes back down, and finally makes it over here to the last plug in the circuit. So it's a pretty long, confusing route for this room, but we should have power to 9 outlets and the light. So we have 2 outlets on each wall, plus an additional outlet on this wall for a television, and then we have the light switch and the double game, or and the fixture for hanging the ceiling fan up here. We are going to continue electrical roughing by hanging some can lights here in the living room and the dining room. So the way that we have it set with these main beams across the ceiling, I'll come back so you can look towards the house from the front door. We have, kind of with these 3 beams that you can see here, it's kind of split into 3 different bays or so. So inside this first bay is going to be part of the living room. Inside of this second bay, I guess also going to be kind of living room, dining room, and then that third bay all the way down there will be mostly dining room. But inside each one, we're going to hang 4 can lights. So we'll hang 2 can lights on this side and 2 can lights on this side, and then we'll also hang a fixture box in the dead center of the room, and that'll give us the option to either hang a ceiling fan or a light fixture or something like that in the center of each of the bays. So we're going to hang one in the center here and one in the center here. Over here in this third bay, which is where we think the dining room table is going to go, we're not entirely sure if we're going to put the dining room table on this side or on this side. So we're going to hang 2 kind of boxes for light fixtures off center, one on each side of the room, in addition to the 4 can lights. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes to hang in the center of each of the bays, and then 4 can lights per bay. So that'll be 12 can lights total here in the living room and the dining room. we are going to continue the plumbing rough-in by working on the water supply side. So I actually have already done this vanity, but what we're working on here is we're working on installing these copper stub outs, which, you know, I'll cut off and then put a compression fitting style shutoff valve on. So you'll have the shutoff valves here that turn water on and off to the sink, but we need to install kind of that. We're crossing over from PEX to copper, so you can see what it looks like from the other side. We have, you know, the PEX comes up, ties into these kind of copper stub outs. The stub outs have these big plates, face plates on them that I screw into the backs of these 1x6s to kind of secure this so that it's real sturdy and secure and won't move. And so I need to do that with all the other vanities. I also need to be planning ahead, and you can see here I added a T because my wife says that she wants the cooktop on this side of the kitchen somewhere, and right above the cooktop we're going to add a pot filler so she can fill pots with water right there on the stove. So this will be the water supply for the pot filler, which I'll run through and then have a little stub out for that once I get a better idea of where the cooktop is going to be. But I need to make sure I had that T in there so I could have water run to it. So we'll continue that, and we'll do that over here on the other side of the master bathroom. So on this side, we will also have a T in the cold and the hot, because this is where the water supply for this left side of the shower is going to come from. So we'll have a shower head on the left side and a shower head on the right side, and this is where the water supply for the left side of the shower will be coming from. All right, and there you go. There is the other vanity hooked up to the copper stub outs, and it has the T's installed to supply power to the, water to the shower. So we'll go ahead and put our trim pieces on here. And we can put the door back on. And there you have it. There's another one done. Okay, and with that we have the plumbing supply for the guest bathroom vanity and toilet done and plumbed in. So I apologize for not getting any of this on film, but one of the other main things that I did as part of working on the plumbing rough-in is I've gone ahead and I've terminated this vent line out of the roof. So if you remember from the plumbing video, I have 4 vent lines in this house that all tie together here, and I've sloped them, put the slope in here, and I've had one main stack vent line that I pulled up and I've terminated through the roof here. I didn't catch any of this on video. This part was fairly straightforward, and the other part I was doing from the top of a 24-foot extension ladder, so not really a great way for me to film myself do it, but I'll go ahead and post a picture of what the vent end looks like here. And I took those pictures right after I installed it. I have since painted the vent line, or I guess the cap where it comes out of the roof. I've painted it black. So I'll go out and we'll show it to you here. Once again, I apologize for the wind noise, but it is Amarillo. So you can see there it is sticking up out of the roof. So there is our vent line run. So our waste vents are done with at least the venting portion. All right, guys, once again, that is gonna do it for this video. We got quite a bit done this trip out. In this video, I continued doing rough in on the electrical and the plumbing. So I got the master bedroom electrical all roughed in. I got the plumbing supply roughed in on the bathrooms, and I got the vent line terminated out through the roof of the building, and everything capped and nicely finished up, tidied up there. But I am out of time. I go back to work tomorrow. It is getting kind of late in the evening, and I think I am going to enjoy a nice little sit here, look out over the runway, and kind of watch the sun go down. So I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the next video.